Burrow Show. Andrew.
Tyler, what's up? How y'all doing today?
Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. Thank you for listening on our podcast. Please hit that subscribe, that like, hit a comment, let us know what you guys think. If you have any questions, let us know. Any topics you want us to talk about on the next episode.
Suggestions at all?
Suggestions.
Anything.
Yep.
Because we're here for you guys. So we want to get better to help you guys get better. So tell a friend. That'll help us out a lot. You know, we're here. We're trying to build something. Trying to build a community. You know, a family out of all you guys, out of us. You know, so.
Yep. And it's not all about just sports. We do everything. Sports, current events, what's going on in the world. So let us know what you think. And make sure you hit that subscribe. Hit that like. Comment. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. All the social medias. So, now let's get the show started.
Let's go. What's up?
So
what's happening in the world today?
We all know about the sports bubble's been going on. NBA just started their playoffs today. Had some great games. Denver Nuggets, Utah Jazz had an overtime thriller. You got my boy Spider Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell dropped in 53 points today. Nuggets still end up with the win. So they're 1-0 on this playoff series. Then we had Boston Celtics and 76ers, another thriller. I don't know how far the 76ers will go without Ben Simmons. I mean, Joel Embiid is going to have to play like a beast. So we'll see how that goes. Celtics are up 1-0 in that series. Let's see here. Toronto and Brooklyn. I don't give Brooklyn a chance unless Karis LeVert goes off. You still have KD and Kyrie Irving still hurt. So
he's hurt. Maybe.
Yeah. Brooklyn might get one or two games. Maybe they play really well or Toronto plays really well. But Toronto blew them out today, so don't see that much happening in the future. Then we got Dallas and Lakers, and then Dallas and the Clippers coming on right now. So, playoffs are getting started. NBA is popping right now. But there has been some controversy. Like we mentioned in the other episode, players in the bubble. Also, some things the president has said. So
now, I got one question before we go into that.
Yeah.
Since you are the basketball guy here,
yeah.
How did the Phoenix Suns go 8-0 in the bubble and not make the playoffs?
It was a tight race. They were so far behind. I mean, all the teams were like pretty. At least I think the Suns, the Kings were like 4 or 5 games behind 8th place. Blazers were like 3 games behind.
And since
and Memphis lost like 4 or 5 games in a row, which made it a little bit even. So that's how they were able to.
Okay.
Blazers were able to get in.
Blazers are actually kind of on a hot streak right now.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard, he's put some respect on that dude's name.
Dame time. But I mean, I don't know how much they're gonna have left in the tank to face the Lakers, because they put all their energy into making it into the playoffs.
And the Lakers, I think they got some sleepers on that team. Like, what's his name? Kuzma.
Yeah.
He's that game winner he had.
Yeah. Well, the Lakers' chemistry is a little off right now, so we'll see how far they go. It's gonna be an interesting series.
I'm sure all teams are still getting adjusted to the bubble.
Yeah.
And the whole smaller high school feeling style court.
Yeah.
Which it's been exciting. That smaller court has been exciting.
Yeah, there's been
way more shots.
Some great games, surprisingly. I mean, I'm glad to have basketball back. I'm glad to have sports back in general.
Yes.
But yeah, speaking of the president, he made a controversial statement the other day. He's not wrong. For those who they might call us conspiracy theorists here, but everyone knows about the whole beef that we have with China, right? So, what he has said was the NBA and the media are bought up by China.
I believe it. Yeah.
It's not unbelievable.
That makes a lot of sense to me. They pretty much own the world, so why wouldn't they own one of the biggest sporting spectacles in America and the thing that is shown on the TV 24/7?
Yeah. And everyone knows, like, well, for those who don't know, the NBA has strong ties with China. I mean, mainly because when Yao Ming, one part of their best player to ever come out of China, was a star in the Houston Rockets. So they have close ties.
He didn't play very long, did he? Yao Ming?
No, he played for his career was shortened because of, I mean, he was like 7'6".
Wasn't he like?
So
Wasn't there another one?
there was a couple of guys who were like 7'4" and up. Yeah. But yeah, since he played for Houston, Houston has strong ties with China. And so the owner had made a comments because in Hong Kong, he said he was like free Hong Kong basically in a tweet. And China was outraged about it.
So no, you can't do that.
Yeah, because they control like everything. They control all the TV, they don't have freedom of speech in Hong Kong or in China in general.
Because why would you try and speak out for social injustice in more than one place when when pretty much China affects us too?
Yeah.
So why not? I mean, we can speak out for social injustice here, but we can't do it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because that other place happens to fund. It's all about the money.
Oh yeah.
It's all about the money.
So a lot of NBA players didn't want to speak out on it. They were kind of hush-hush.
Because they can't. I'm pretty sure a lot of them want to keep their jobs. I'm pretty sure they like the money that they're getting. So why would you speak out and possibly get told?
But the thing is, all China did was they threatened to not show their games on China television. That's all they're doing is hurting the Chinese fans, not NBA players.
Yeah, but how much money are they getting from China to be over there? Gotta think about that. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
How much?
I mean, there's money to be made, and money, and like literally everything we have in America is made
from
in China.
I'm pretty sure the shoes I'm wearing are from China. I don't know if they are, but pretty sure they are.
Most likely, you probably have something on your body that is made from China right now,
or in your house, pretty much. And that was the biggest thing that was pretty much shown through all this COVID. Was how much we rely on China and how much they pretty much got us by the balls.
I mean, and that's one thing I do applaud Trump for. Like, he's trying to get us from the balls of China right now. Like,
he's trying to be like,
if China shuts down,
listen, China,
we have nothing. China.
Yeah, China. Because China's, I've seen some stuff, and they're passing everybody as the superpower.
Yeah.
They own everything.
And they control their country. Like, it's the control they have over their people is ridiculous.
Yeah, everything.
I mean, when the whole pandemic hit over there first, the Chinese virus, right?
I mean, it came from China, so why not call it a Chinese virus?
Exactly.
I mean, we have rice from Mexico, and it's called Mexican rice. What's the difference?
So, I mean, like, they were literally, if you weren't following their rules, they were taking you off the streets, quarantining you, putting you in some secret van.
You guys think we have it bad here?
And, just who knows doing what to you. So, I mean, I wouldn't want China having too much power. But
the fact you can't even put free Hong Kong on the back of their jerseys.
No.
But you can put fuck the police.
Yeah. So,
I mean, how does that make any sense? We can fight.
It's double standards.
If we want to fight social injustice, we got to do it all over. Yeah, we need to take care of here first, but they got it way worse over there. Let me just say this. All these people, they have no such thing as free speech over there.
No.
And that's what nobody understands.
You can't even mention free speech for them to have free speech.
No.
They shut you down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's
gotta love communism, but it's good, right?
Yeah.
Trust me, people, capitalism is good. Right? Why wouldn't you want to make money off your own product? Why wouldn't you want to try and be self-sustaining?
Yeah. Something America should
We need to go back to. We need to go back to that. Back when cars were made out of American steel and everything was made here.
Yeah. But, it'd be cheaper to make it somewhere else. But that's another talk for another day.
Gotta love paying a grain of rice and a high five for a car, right?
Yeah. So Trump spoke out again. You probably have a little more talking about this because NCAA is going through something right now. So Trump, he said he spoke to Trevor Lawrence.
He talked to Trevor Lawrence a couple times.
Quarterback for Clemson, for those who don't know.
Who's pretty much kind of like the NCAA's spokesperson.
Yeah.
In a way.
For right now.
He's pretty much their golden boy. Like for right now, Trevor Lawrence is the NCAA's poster child, like Mahomes is the NFL's, right?
Yeah.
So he got a hold of Trump. They had a conversation, and he says, "We want to play. We are safer in school than we are in our own environments. Because just think, these kids go back home. The health care is put on them and their families.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids don't come from money or come from anything. They come from terrible, terrible parts.
And that's for all races.
All races. I mean, there's white people from the slums. There's black people. There's everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not
any particular race.
Yes.
I mean, we know football, but it's literally, these guys come from small towns, out in the boondocks, work their butt off to get just a scholarship for the school.
Because they're trying to make their lives better for them and their families.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids want to get their moms, their families, out of that.
Yeah.
Because they know it's such a bad environment.
Yeah.
So there's that. You think they go back to practicing social distancing? No.
Are you? Probably not. Unless you live with someone. We live in the same house, so we're fine. But, I mean, how many of us are really practicing social distancing, wearing a mask all the time? Like, especially young kids.
So Trevor pretty much told Trump, we want to play. We're safer here. Which I agree with him. They are. They're way safer being on campus. Because they actually have trained professional trainers and doctors.
No.
Okay? They have medical staff. They can be isolated in their dorm rooms. It's not that hard.
That's what professional sports are doing. They're basically putting them in a dorm room, but it's a hotel, but they have dorms on campus.
And they're saying regular kids can come back to school, but athletes can't.
You're in more close contact with your fellow classmates, without any gear or any protective on, like...
And plus, if you're testing, it's because they don't have if you're testing these kids, test them 3 times. Test them beginning, middle, and right before game day. If you're testing these people before the games, and everybody's good, so I don't know how much Trump can affect bringing back the Big Ten and Pac-12. I don't know if he has that type of power.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool.
I mean, I don't know if he has that kind of power. I know we did Justin Fields, quarterback for Ohio State.
Yes, he started. If you guys haven't already, you need to go. He has it on his Instagram, has it on all of his social medias. He started a petition. He originally wanted 15,000, I think, signatures. Within a couple hours, it's already over like 100,000. I signed it. I sent it to you. You did? Okay, good. So if you guys, please, we'll see somehow if we can get it on our social medias, because the players want...
I'll probably post a link down in our description.
We'll figure it out. The players want to come back. The families of the players are saying they should play.
Yeah.
The parents are coming out and saying we should play. It's ridiculous.
I mean, the NCAA, what they done to try to help was, in March, they kind of extended the eligibility. It sounds better than it really is. Basically what they did is if the kid wants to opt out from playing for the year, for fall or spring, whatever, the school can't take away their drop them from their scholarship. So they can continue on. So for next year, they can still continue the eligibility. Yeah. So in a way, it helps. But if you're like a sophomore, I mean, if you're a junior,
if you're Justin Fields, you're not playing in the spring. You're going to the NFL.
Yeah.
You're getting ready for the combine.
Yeah, you don't want to.
And you're screwing him out. Really, you're screwing him out of a Heisman. You're screwing us out of a Heisman winner. The dude was he runner-up or third last year? I know he was in the top 3. I can't remember if him or Hurts were runner-up. But either way,
he might have been runner-up.
Yeah. You're screwing Ohio State out of another Heisman. You're screwing them like the refs screwed them in the Clemson game.
Yeah.
You're not only screwing them, you're screwing everybody in the Pac-12 and the Big Ten that want. It's
gonna touch a situation.
NCAA is a touchy situation in general.
And then one thing I did find out, I did a little bit of digging. So everyone thinks NCAA and the commissioner Emmert is in charge. He's just the front man. These presidents of these colleges and universities, these chancellors of the universities and colleges, these are the guys, the ones who are making all the shots. And the doctors, yeah.
Doctors right now.
They're consulting with these doctors and all these safety things. Like, no, it's bull.
They're not talking to any of the coaches. Not talking to any of the players.
No.
Not talking to any of the families.
They're just trying to take control of the situation, trying to pause some things. I don't know what they're doing underneath on the table, but they're making the decisions, telling Emmert what they want, and then he relays it to the players and fans and so on. So it makes him like the bad guy. But he's just relaying information. He's just a front man. He's a scapegoat. But these schools don't care about these guys.
No,
kids.
they don't.
Like, was it?
You would think they would care about the people bringing in all their money.
The Big Ten, I believe it was, I saw, brought in like $14.6 billion to these schools. And that's just one conference.
Dude, did they not realize that pretty much football pays for most of the athletics in these schools?
Yeah,
You got people that don't care about football making decisions that really alter these kids' lives.
Yeah.
Like we said, Justin Fields, he's not playing in the spring.
No.
He's getting ready for the combine.
And I think, too, what we had talked about before off camera, I think what it is, these presidents of these schools, these doctors and whatever, this all started happening when players started speaking out saying they wanted to play.
They're scared.
They're scared.
They're scared that these kids are going to figure out how to pretty much take control, and they don't want that.
I mean, these kids are putting their bodies on the line, for the game they love, and these schools are taking so much advantage of them.
They're not getting paid. They go out I don't remember when it was, you might remember. I don't remember what team it was. He was a player. He went to make a tackle, okay, and he went helmet first. Paralyzed from the neck down. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Do you think he got anything from the school?
No.
No. He legit put his body on the line for a school that said, next man up.
That's what they do. They come to you when you're in high school. Hey, you come to our school. We'll give you the best opportunity to be able to take care of your family. And make a real impact. And then if you get hurt, there's no protection for you.
No, it's next man up. Sorry, sucks to be you.
So
maybe if you were a superstar, you could come back. But if you're
like a second tier type of player,
and you get hurt, next man up, you're never playing again.
And it's not like you can really keep your scholarship either. They're like, well, you might, depending on the injury, they might keep you for another year, but
very few full rides. Yeah. I don't know how many full rides they give out, but I don't think it's that many.
I can look it up real quick, see what the stats are for.
And it just sucks that these kids that, put their lives on the line, they work their asses off day and night. And the biggest thing is we don't know how to pay, the whole paying, the compensation. They don't know how to pay them. It's easy. Give everyone maybe a base salary.
Yeah.
You're already letting these guys get paid for their likeness for third-party deals, for appearances. So why not just give everybody from the bottom of the roster up a base salary where it's even? Because that's the key. Because you're gonna pay Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, way more than what you're gonna pay Cal's quarterback.
Yeah.
They're just because of the status they're at.
Yeah.
But if you just a base salary,
So, speaking of the scholarships, from what I see here, only 1% of high school student athletes get a full ride scholarship. In 2012, it was only about 2% of high school athletes. That's like all athletes. That's not just including just football.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, you got these kids that are putting butts in the stands. These kids are the reason people are there. They're the reason people are buying the Ohio State t-shirts, the sweatshirts.
Yeah.
They're the reason they're buying the jerseys. The reason they're getting TV packages to get the Big Ten network, the Pac-12 network.
Yeah. Well,
these kids are the reason for all of that.
Because, like you said, these kids join school. Okay, so obviously their parents are going to support them, unless their parents went to a different college. I mean, they'll support them for a little bit, like, hey, we're rivals. But other than that, it's like, then their families buying jerseys, their friends are buying jerseys. Things trickles down.
And they're finding jerseys with their number on it, even though they don't have their names on the back. See, that's why can't you put their name on the back? Like, if it's the NCAA is so messed up. You got people that don't care about football making the decisions for football.
Yeah, it's a. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there. I think they may need some changes to go on. Figure something out. But it starts with these schools.
Yeah.
Not the NCAA. NCAA is literally just a scapegoat. It's these schools who wants me to take responsibility for this.
Now, there are some coaches in the Big Ten that are saying, if we don't play, we're going to leave.
Yeah.
I know Nebraska, Michigan, Ohio State, I think Iowa are the big four that are like, we'll find a way.
I think Nebraska will kind of buckle down and apologize.
You think they're going to give in?
I think they're going to give in, but we'll see. Yeah. NCAA, it has its issues, but also it brings us our football, which we love. So since we did talk about Big Ten, Pac-12 not canceling their fall, Pac-12 still is having their spring.
It's true. They did move to. So what? I wondered. I just thought of this. Oregon got a grad transfer. In Antonio Brown. He's a grad transfer this year from Boston College. He's not going to play this year, more likely. If they go to the spring, because this would have been his senior year.
Yeah, that is true.
And he was a 3-year starter at Boston College.
Yeah.
I just remembered that. He was a 3-year starter at Boston College. Transferred to Oregon for his final year of eligibility. Because that was going to skyrocket him if he'd done good more than Boston College was and raised his draft stock.
Yeah. And it's not easy being in the transfer portal either.
No.
Apparently, just when people hear about the transfer portal, for those of you who don't know, it's basically you put your name in this little messaging box, basically, to go to a team, to a school if you're choosing, or anyone that's willing to accept you or transfer your scholarship, basically. Mm-hmm. But usually it's pretty much second-year guys who weren't getting playing time, who know they're not getting playing time because they're behind either two or three.
Jake Fromm knew he wasn't going to play.
I didn't think about this too. That old Ohio State team, they had Joe Burrow, they had Dwayne Haskins, they had was it Cordell?
No, I think it was Barrett.
Barrett.
It was JT Barrett.
JT Barrett. They had 3 guys, so I can see why he transferred out. He wasn't getting no playing time.
No, not under Haskins. He wasn't.
Yeah. So
Did you know apparently they did not like each other? Burrow and Haskins did not like each other one bit.
Why would they? You're in a competition. Why would I like you? I'm trying to get the starting job.
So you're still on the same team though.
And especially if I think I'm better than you.
Who? I wonder who's better, Haskins or? Because Haskins was not in a good situation last year. He was set up for failure.
It's hard to say. I mean, Joe Burrow had the better season.
See, now I'm sitting back and thinking about it.
How long did Haskins
1 year.
Start year.
One
Start
year.
for.
1 year.
Because he came in for.
He got thrown in the national championship
Yeah.
to take him to the national championship.
I remember he was a third string.
And then they both got hurt.
Because Cordell was not his name, not Cordell. Yeah, Cardell.
It was.
Because JT Barrett was second string.
Yeah, Haskins started his last year at Ohio State, right? But he was thrown into the fire.
It was freshman year, sophomore year.
Would have been sophomore year, I think. I don't know how long he stayed at Ohio State. I don't know, but it was the year before he started. He got thrown into the fire.
It was
in
his
the national
freshman year. It was
championship.
his freshman year. Because then the next year, JT Barrett got the starting job because what's his name left. And then when he left,
Jones.
yeah, Cardell Jones. That's his
Cardell
name.
Jones. Cardell Jones,
JT
JT Barrett, then Haskins.
Yeah. Cardell Jones got drafted, but he
total bust.
Total bust. He went to the XFL.
Total bust.
Which we're getting back. Yes.
I'm so excited for that. By the way, they would have succeeded if it wasn't for this.
Yeah. But yeah, he was basically total bust. And JT Barrett, I don't know where he went.
He's actually not that. He was the Colts quarterback last year. When Luck left.
Really?
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Huh.
He's not terrible. He's a solid backup that will take your team. He's decent.
Is he still there?
Yeah, I think he's still there.
I didn't even know
But
he
yeah.
was there.
Yeah, he was at the Colts last year. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. Someone's probably gonna fact check me and be like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, if you're in the transfer portal. This whole season canceling, playing spring.
That's especially
unless you want to come back for your 5th year.
But then you would almost have to redshirt this year if you still have that opportunity.
I mean,
maybe I don't know how.
Because he didn't have that great of a career. I mean, it's Boston College. They're not known for their football.
But he was
to prove himself.
A good solid 3-year starter. He put up solid numbers. But yeah, being at Oregon, surrounded by all the talent they had, definitely would have skyrocketed him. Now he's getting screwed.
He would have been like a Jordan Love type of player, but Jordan Love had better years. His last year was terrible because
his OC left.
Yeah, he lost like 5 starters. So it would be like a reverse situation. Like you had an okay starting off, but then you get one senior year and you blow up.
Joe Burrow, I mean, we know the talent he had around him. So was it the talent? Was it him? We'll see.
I think it was maybe a mixture of
I think it was a mixture. I think he's a good quarterback. He's definitely smart. Yeah. But he also had Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase to throw to, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire behind him, and Thaddeus Moss.
All right, so since the NFL draft has been impacted, NFL offseason has been impacted.
No, there's been some teams and players having a great offseason. Some not so much.
Some good contract extensions going on. People getting paid. Start off with my homeboy. Patrick Mahomes signed.
Making that money.
Probably the best deal ever in football.
He deserves it, too.
Hands down, he deserves that.
His 3rd year? Yeah, 3rd year.
Third year.
This is his 3rd year. He's the league MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion.
Some good stats.
Dude has a cannon of an arm. He can move.
He can throw it anywhere.
Oh, he can throw it anywhere, anyhow.
Flicking the wrist. The flick of the wrist, you know what I'm saying? Everything. So let me break it down to y'all. Patrick Mahomes. Listen to this deal. It's worth up to $503 million.
Some baseball money right there.
For 10 years. So he's set for
realistically
10 years.
12, because he still has 2 more years on this contract, plus another 10. So really 12 years.
That's a lot of money, right?
Well deserved.
Whew.
Well deserved. He's gonna do that. Kansas City Chiefs team is gonna be good for a while.
His deal is through 2031. So
Does it say how much is guaranteed? Because I don't remember how much is guaranteed.
They haven't specified how much is guaranteed.
Guaranteed versus incentives. Because
Yeah.
that's the big thing. Yeah, you got fit $500 million, but how much is guaranteed? That's the
For
big
him,
thing.
I don't think it really matters.
No, because he's also
$503 million. Like,
and also part owner of the Royals, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Kansas City Royals.
yeah, he bought a little piece of the team.
Like, that Kansas City must love him, and he loves Kansas
They
City.
do love him.
You know, I saw this story that him and his girlfriend were in a pizza place.
Yeah.
You know, sitting down, eating pizza. Nobody came up and bothered them. You know, so it must be nice. So they got respect for the guy. As he's leaving, he turns around, says, "Thank you, I love you," paid for everybody's food in there. That's city love.
What can I be eating in Kansas City at a time? My food paid for it. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the Kansas City Chiefs, they had 2 more contracts they had to sign. Travis Kelce, their #1 tight end, he signed a 4-year deal worth between $14 million and $15 million annually, which is about $57.25 million. Also gets $28 million guaranteed.
It's probably going to be his last big contract.
Yeah, for sure. He's like 30,
30.
like 31, I think.
So it's 4 years. He'll be 34 by the time his contract's
Not bad
up.
for a tight end.
No.
He might get signed maybe a 1 or 2 year extension after that.
He might go to a different team after that, honestly. He'll probably do another 4 years with the Chiefs, go somewhere for another couple years, and
And the thing is, he's not
get paid at another team, honestly.
he's not a Gronk type of player. He's not that big physical guy, so he avoids those big hits. So
Right, so, I mean,
he'll have a longer career.
He could probably go get paid. He could honestly get paid from another team, honestly.
And then they paid their star defensive tackle, Chris Jones. He got a 4-year, $85 million contract, plus $60 million guaranteed. So he made sure he had that money. That's the key for NFL contracts.
Make sure you get that guaranteed money.
Guaranteed money, so they can't use loopholes to get out of your contracts.
Because, yeah, you get hurt, your money's gone.
Sorry.
So, I have one question. Where are the Chiefs getting all this money? Because weren't they supposed to have the least amount of cap? Weren't they only supposed to have like $14 at the end of the season?
See, what I've heard, so they're making all this money, players getting all this money, but these deals are actually technically, because Patrick Mahomes could have got more money. Yeah.
How much more do you need?
He could have got more money. But
What, $1 billion?
they're all taking team-friendly deals.
You're saying $500 million is a team-friendly deal?
Yep.
I bet Tom Brady would beg to differ. He's been taking team-friendly deals his whole career.
The way they structure the contracts, and also they're not giving people details.
So are they? I wonder if it's going to be like how they did it in baseball, where it's going to be after you retire, you're still getting money. I wonder if it's like, because there's a couple, aren't there a couple players?
There's King Griffey Jr. There's like one like random guy, I forgot his name, and then I think 2 Mets players are still getting paid to this day.
So I wonder if it's going to be kind of one of those where he's going to get paid a certain amount after he's done playing too.
Well, I think what they had it set up was because Tyreek's already paid, and all the other guys are all young.
Yeah, they're not coming up any contracts.
So what they structured it so they can be able to pay those guys later down the road, and also still keep their core guys together. So they're taking less every now and then, just so they can be able to pay those other guys.
They're taking less now to get paid more later, kind of thing, probably. I don't see it, how they have all this freaking money, unless they have more cap than they're not telling us.
Patty Mahomes said they worked it out so they can keep. Because he's a team guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not worried about the money. He wants to make sure he has his.
He wants more Super Bowls. He wants more Super Bowls.
That's what it's about.
And that's really the only reason you go to the NFL, is to go to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. So
because Super Bowl means more money.
The AFC is going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough division.
It's funny. Now besides Phil Rivers, all the older guys are all in the NFC now.
Yeah.
There's two old Bulls left. You got Roethlisberger and and Rivers. They're the only ones left.
Yeah.
Everyone else is in the NFC. You can even consider Alex Smith, an older guy.
He's gonna be a backup though.
Yo.
Since he officially got cleared, I don't.
After was it 17 surgeries or something like that?
17 surgeries that could
Almost
possibly have almost lost his life, and both of us. Yeah. He's back. He got officially cleared. He's back in pads practicing today. If you remember, they were doing good with.
They were 6-3 before he got hurt.
So I mean,
it went from 6-3 to lottery.
Because
high draft pick.
Like I said, Haskins got thrown into the fire in Washington too. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. He was young.
No, that's how they were able to draft Haskins. Because Alex Smith got hurt.
16, yeah.
After Alex Smith, they went to Case Keenum. Then after Case Keenum, they went to Colt. They benched him. Then they did Colt McCoy. And Colt McCoy got hurt. So this past season, they were able to put Haskins in. So now it's like, but Ron Rivera says,
don't sleep on Haskins. I'm telling you this year.
The competition is up there.
Haskins I've been seeing reports. Haskins is a whole new guy. He's the first person there and the last person to leave. He changed his diet. He's down to 218 pounds. He's more cut. He's taking care of himself. Dude's dedicated. He heard all the negative. He's one of those guys that took all those negative comments and said, okay, I'm putting that on this shoulder. That chip's going right here. I'm going to prove to all of you that I'm better than what you're saying. And I personally believe it.
He had a chip in the draft because he got mad that he got drafted, was it 14?
16th.
16?
16th overall.
Like, dude, you be happy you got drafted. There's a reason. You actually went to a better situation. Redskins aren't a bad team. They're just young.
I don't know about all that. Did you not read the Washington Post article?
Not the organization. Come on. The players that you play with.
The players are the one pimping out the cheerleaders. Okay.
Well.
The players are having a lot of...
I want to say something, but I don't want to get part of the Me Too.
Lot of dice games.
I don't want to take backlash from...
A lot of poker games.
Yeah, so,
I should have said what I said. But he was in a very bad situation last year. Ron Rivera's
the
coming
Redskins
in.
were 6-3 with Alex Smith. He got hurt, and they went.
Because this is what's right. You can't have... Dwayne Haskins was never around Case Keenum when he was playing. Whenever he would come on from whenever they would watch those, they're not tablets, they're a Microsoft thing. Whenever he'd watch film, what just happened, Haskins was nowhere near him. He's off joking, playing with the team, instead of sitting right next to the quarterback that he's supposed to be learning under. So, I mean, partially last season was Haskins' fault. He wasn't mature.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
to be honest, I still don't think he's ready.
No, he's not. He's still learning how to be an NFL quarterback.
But think about this, too.
He's getting there, though. He's more dedicated this year than he was last year.
Alex Smith, what he does for the quarterback underneath him.
He's going to do good.
Alex Smith, let's not forget,
Alex
was
Smith
the starting quarterback and made the playoffs. And then they said, you know what? We're going to give the reins to Kaepernick. Okay? They ship him off to Kansas City. Kansas City... make it to the AFC Championship game or deep in the playoffs.
They knew that he knew the deal with Mahomes.
They said, you know what, we're gonna give the reins to Mahomes.
He knew the deal.
So it's not like Alex Smith was a terrible player and he just fell off. He's
still a good solid quarterback. And we're not forgetting. I mean, Mahomes was under the tutelage of Alex Smith for his first year.
And he appreciates everything that Alex Smith did for him.
And now look at him. So maybe now Haskins is coming in with his new mentality.
That's what I'm saying.
He'll actually learn from Alex Smith.
I think you have Alex Smith. I mean, obviously, if he can if he's fully cleared and healthy and able to play, have him start.
Yes.
See how the team goes. He helps show Haskins how to be professional in the league.
How to be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah. And then bring Haskins in next year.
I think he does need that one red shirt year because he didn't have it his rookie year. His rookie year should have been his red shirt year. He should not have played at all last year.
No. But I mean,
he wasn't ready.
Circumstances change, so
that's true.
You gotta get thrown in the fire sometime. I mean, it happened when he was a freshman. So, but don't be surprised if Kyle Allen comes out of nowhere and blows everyone out of the water.
Oh yeah, the Bills Mafia.
No. He's the Redskins.
Wait, who's Bills Mafia's quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Same thing.
Kyle Allen was the quarterback for the Panthers last year.
That's right. He was the guy that never played. He's yeah. That yeah.
He had like
You're
two
right.
good games and then he went totally trash. So, but he's not a bad quarterback. I didn't mind him playing because I was cheering for the Bucks. So I was like, you go ahead and play. Give us some more interceptions. We'll bring that.
There was another player that happened to get signed before Kittle or before Kelce.
Oh yeah.
It was Kittle. He got a 5-year, $75 million. That's about $15 annually.
Okay.
He deserves it.
Arguably the top tight end between these two. You're not
block,
going to be wrong going either way.
Catch. Yeah, he can do anything.
Yeah.
He's a good, solid
He's a
tight
football
end.
player.
Oh, through and through. A guy from Iowa that got picked in.
He was like what, a 2-star recruit?
2-star recruit. I think a 6th round pick. I think he wasn't a high draft pick.
No, he went to Iowa.
The only thing Iowa produces is linemen. Same with Nebraska.
And corn.
Corn-fed linemen.
Yeah.
It's one thing Iowa and
Big
Nebraska can
boys.
do. They can produce some linemen.
The Bucks got one of those guys, so we know about that.
So, speaking of people trying to get signed, Des Bryant's been in the news.
Again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
it's been a while. But he was working out with Patrick Mahomes. Catching passes.
The Saints brought him in not that long ago before the COVID, I'm pretty sure, for a workout.
Oh, no. They had signed him before he got injured.
I thought they brought him back. They brought him back, I think, for a workout.
Okay.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. But the Ravens are bringing him in for a workout.
Because I know Lamar was lobbying for Antonio Brown. Yeah, because his cousin played, but Antonio Brown is...
He's probably
the
done
scales.
never coming back.
So, I mean, what better option than another
veteran, reliable guy.
Yeah, who can play? He's going to have to play the slot.
He has to.
Because I was just thinking about this. If the Ravens are going to go after, or at least work out Des Bryant, why not work out Josh Gordon? Can you imagine that? Josh Gordon and Hollywood Brown on the outside?
That's some speed right there, son. Ooh, that's
big
some
physical
speed.
with speed on the one side and then just straight speed on the other.
And Josh Gordon, he's a good, solid receiver. He's great.
You can't play the man-to-man on
No,
Josh Gordon.
you can't.
So that means you're double teaming Josh Gordon, which means Lamar's going to be open to... Oh, screw it. Oh.
Because you just think, you got two good receivers on the outside. They're getting covered. You're forgetting about what's in that backfield. Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, and Lamar Jackson. You're also forgetting about Mark Andrews. Baltimore's going 16-0. There's a good chance of that.
Nah, they ain't going 16.
What?
I say...
Why?
I'll give them...
What, because the Titans are going to beat them out in the playoffs again?
No, Titans had the Cinderella story run last year.
Hey now.
I give them 13-3.
We have the same team coming back, though.
Yeah. That was one of those fluke. Lamar Jackson ain't...
Listen, just because the Bucks got Tom Brady...
Whoa. Who